Living well is a lifestyle vlog. I hope that you are well and good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope that you all are doing well today. We are here for a morning update on the work that we've achieved yesterday. Why? Because we know that homestead work does not end, it's a continuous process. And so, y'all, we worked on the barn yesterday. I told y'all that we worked on the barn yesterday and we got a lot done. The trash man just came and woo-wee is gone, right? So we got so much more to do today. But I just want y'all to know that we are making progress and I'm super excited, y'all. This is the patio garden and it is doing absolutely marvelous in God's sight. You hear me? Look at them tomatillos. The tomatoes, so whatever y'all call those, are doing well and they taste good. You hear me? The one thing I like about tomatillos are they have a protective shell on them, and you it keeps the bugs from getting to them before you do. And so I love that about tomatillos. And they have such an abundance. There's such an abundance of fruit on these, and so we are super excited. The bees have been busy. The bees have been really busy, giving them what they need, fertilizing them to come to fruition. We have taken care of the animals this morning. I believe my rabbit is trying to escape. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to get him a hutch, a metal hutch, because I'm looking at him and I swear he looked like he's trying to get out of there. And so I'm gonna have to either do that or put some reinforcements. Cause well, I'm getting ready for some quail, so um, I'll probably have to put some reinforcements around that little hutch that we have for him over there because he is trying to get out. He's been biting on everything. Look at him. He but he is doing good, y'all. I'm so excited because he is doing well right now. He's new to the homestead. He's going to be living outside. We're going to get him a friend. Waiting for some more girls to come in, so we'll see. We're going to be raising some rabbits. We're going to be raising some quails. And we're going to raise some chickens. And I'm super excited about it because the way the things are going in the world, we really need to be building strong homesteads in our homestead backyards. But Mr. Rabbit is doing good, y'all. This is Thumper. Thumper is has been with us for. But Thumper, don't poop in the. What are you doing? You pooping inside your food. Oh well. Thumper, why are you sitting inside of your food? I don't know what he's doing, but he's inside of his food. Why are you inside the food bucket, Thumper? Hmm? Oh, he was just sitting there, I guess. But anyway, he's doing well. He is leaving. He is really being trained to go to this particular area. So he leaves his fertilizer. He leaves the fertilizer, goes through the brackets, and delivers it to us. And so every morning I can collect it into my little pail over here that I keep right here. All the fertilizer that I get from him. So excited about that to be able to have my own rapid fertilizer. But yeah, I think he's been trying to get out. So the chicks are getting big as well. They are ready to start walking around. I'm going to be letting them out soon into the coop during the day and then putting them up at night just to get them kind of used to it. I may let them in there today just to hang out, see how they do. Um, Roaming around in there while the girls are out in playground. So get them acclimated and jumping and moving. So we'll see. Transition time. So I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot, needless to say. And so let's go into the garden, see what I did yesterday. So, yesterday I cut back some trees, some of my fruit trees. I also uh, cut back a couple of my beds that I need to prepare so that we can get ready to prepare them for the fall. The fire did good yesterday. It's still smoldering, so if I wanted to put some more on there today, it's still going. So we're super excited about that. That it's good having a fire pit right here in the middle of things, right here near the deck that we put in. I built a deck here, so but it's right now a wall of tomatoes. But putting in this deck in the middle not only gives me the freedom to be in the middle of the garden, but to be able to sit here during the fall, have a fire, to sit amongst the beauty of the garden as well. Just to, it's an escape place. It's a beautiful place. I have created several sitting areas in my garden, so it is, yeah, it's actually literally in the middle of everything. So we beautiful, built up a beautiful arbor over here for the grapevines. And we're getting ready to add on to it this fall because we know we're going to have to stretch these vines. The vines are going to be stretching everywhere, so we're going to have to get these vines. I'm sorry, the phone rang. We're going to have to get these a place for these vines to go. And so I'm going to be putting in some more infrastructure for the grapes. Small little tunnel. I think I'll make like a little tunnel. Um, but yeah, but anyway, a couple more beds have to be made. So we are doing a lot of work here on the homestead. But I just wanted to share what we did yesterday. We cleaned out. We did start a fire yesterday to start burning down some of the old things and getting rid of some of the matter that wasn't any good anymore. We cleaned out our blueberry bed. Hey, babe. Good morning. Cleaned out our blueberry bed so that it had a tree. It has a tree keep growing up in the middle of it. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but it comes back every single year. I need to get it up from the root, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna dig down in there. It's got probably a deep tap root. I might have to pull, but this is the blueberry bed that I couldn't see because of that big tree that was growing or hedge that was growing up in it. So I've gotten that done. We're gonna not till this, but fork it a little bit to enrich the soil. Um, this bed is kind of permanent, so it's an oregano bed, and it's a pollinator perennial bed. It's got blue aster in it, and it's got dahlias in it. So we're not going to be doing much to it except pulling. I think this is a white flower. This is we're gonna leave because this is actually a beautiful flower that grows here. So we're just gonna leave that growing as well. It's a very strong plant. Not sure what it is, but it's a very strong plant. And these dahlias are doing beautiful. They are spinning off in here. We might get another little bit of harvest from them. We keep getting, I'll just pull out the old branches and let the new ones keep growing, right? That's how you do it. So pull off the old and let the new ones keep growing. It'll keep coming back. This is blue aster. So this is also a perennial. It needed shade. So these both are in a really ideal place. Whenever I put things in, I think about their habitat and what they might need so that I am sure to put them in a place where they can thrive. So that bed is straight. Okay, bet. So wherever I put a tree, I'm putting some herbs underneath it because herbs like shade. So we're doing a lot more of that. This is a pear tree. I cut her back because she didn't produce this year, but also I want her to grow a certain way. So I brought her down a little bit so that we can create what we want, right? It's very important that you look at the layout of the land as you are designing so that you can get the results that you want. We're going to be working on this area a little bit more today. This is a blueberries. This is blueberry lane here. Blueberries here, figs, blueberries, crabapple. This is an orchard that surrounds our entire garden. There is an orchard that surrounds it, and this is blackberries where a lot of our blackberries are. We also have in here our pomegranates. So we have a couple of pomegranate trees that are growing up in here. Really, really excited. Don't know if we'll get any. We had blooms on them when we purchased them, so I don't know how whether they will bloom. They like to bloom in the summer, late summer, fall. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, they're getting stronger and stronger. They no longer need the water that they once needed. So my gut guess is that they are adapting very, very well. This is the pomegranate. So again, our grapes are really growing, so we're going to have to build up over top of the blackberries. We're going to be building up over top, putting in some more infrastructure for the grapes to grow down here over top of things, because you have in the expansion phase you have to think about the design and how you can grow. And the way I grow is I have trees, I have vines, and I have shrubs at the base. Wherever I plant a tree, like a peach tree, this is a dwarf tree. These are herbs at the base, but I'll plant a shrub, a vine, a tree, and that's how I plant here so that I can get the full optimal results in my garden. This is my first fig. We've talked about it, and it is 6 feet tall now, so if not more. She is huge. But we have 18 of these on the property, so God is good. God is really, really good. It's been a huge investment, but I also think it's going to be beauty in God's eyes. It's going to feed us. It's going to feed the community. It's going to do a lot of things. And so this is, again, our second blackberry that we put in. This one's shaping up like this one over here, taking its own space. They all will take their own space. What I am building here is a permaculture. So in a permaculture, things just grow together. You're creating a habitat for lots of things to grow together in the shrub, in the bush, but it comes back every year. And I think that's the beauty of what I have designed here, is that these things, everything, just about everything except vegetations in a bed or a bag, come back every single year. And in every single bed, I am putting something that comes back, because the goal is for it to keep feeding the land, keep feeding the family. Here's another. This one's going outward, so that's good, because we're going to open up this area a little bit. We're going to probably have to redirect this cane, because she is going to be she's going to be merging in with the pomegranate, which is down here. There's another pomegranate tree that's growing up down here. It can be a shrub or a tree. It depends on how you grow it. And so these blackberries are doing well. Again, these are first year blackberries. And we actually might get some more fruit on these this year. They have already bared fruit earlier, and we might actually get more. So I'm cutting them back. I'm topsoiling them, giving them some new soil at the top. So yeah, I think we are. Look, see what I'm talking about? So you can get a second round, but you just have to give them food. So we're going to be cleaning out this area today too. I'm going to probably come through, which is why I have these little buckets right here. I surrounded bottomless buckets around my blackberries, so when I come in here to edge up, I am not hitting them. So that I won't hit their stems, their canes. So this is, again, this will all come back. And the beauty is this will all come back, y'all. And so I am not interested in continuing to raise a garden that I have to work hard in. So I've completely built up something that I think will keep giving us year over year. And I'm sharing this because this was such an amazing design that we have here, that I think it's worth sharing. I think it's worth telling the people, this is a shrub. I cut her back yesterday. If I could take her out, I would, but she only a small part of her is still living. We are building a Hugel Couture bed here, so I dropped the leaves right here. I'm gonna box this in, We're going to box this in and build a bed right here with the hedge where we can actually grow food. So this is going to become a box, a this is going to become a bed as well. We have several of these on the property. I just chop and drop the trees right there, chop and drop everything right there on top of it because it's already got the wood. I put in the logs which hold the wood, the moisture, give off the fungi, the microbiomes that we need for the plants to grow. So on their own without a lot of water because the logs hold water. And so they will get, the one thing about my Hugel Couture bed with the sage in it, it never stopped. It never stopped. It never dried out. It never dried out because the logs in it, and let me show you, the logs in it are holding water. Let me see if I can give you, see that? That's the Hugel Couture bed right there with all that sage in it. Let me see. Yep, right there. Right here where my fingers is. That's the Hugel Couture bed. And it never dried out because it's got logs and all kinds of good matter in it. So if you're thinking about your garden design, be thinking about perennial. Think perennial. Think come back again. Think what can I plant together. Think tree, shrub, vine, because you can build something really beautiful and just be able to wake up and walk out here and have food without doing all the hard labor. That was really ideal for me. So these are several shrubs here. Um, these are all blackberries. Over here was a tomato, and so we had to cutting this down might help these tomatoes because they are big tomatoes, but they have not been producing a lot. But now I'm seeing a lot of yellow. I'm seeing a lot more fruit at the top. These are indeterminate, right? Indeterminates, and they just took a long time to perk up. But we're gonna dig in here today, and we're gonna give her some nutrients to grow some more. We did get some cucumbers over there in the corner that we had over there, so I cut some off. I see a few more growing. Really excited about that. This is another blackberry. This corner is probably, she's probably going to capture this corner, but I'm trying to redirect her. So I'm hoping to redirect her outward so that she doesn't take up this little walkway, because this is a walkway that into this part of the orchard, because everything's on an L from here that goes this way. So this is the pathway that leads. We have a complete parameter, and then we also have another entirely different garden back here. So this one is a work in progress as well, but we're just building. We got 3 Hugel Couture beds back here. We have 4 mulberries. They have turned themselves around. They weren't doing good, but now they are. So we're going to fertilize those today. We get to a little bit each day because you should be fertilizing. You should be amending your soil. You should be giving back to it every single day. We're going to prepare these bags here, get these roots out because these were collard bags. We're going to get those out and get those prepared. I don't know how many bags I'll do this year because I have a lot in the ground. I like growing in the ground, but I also like growing in bags. So we'll see. These pots, these are our hibiscus. And they didn't produce as much as I would have liked them to this year. But we gave them some fertilizer. They're perking up. We still have 3 good months to go. We'll see how they do, right? So it's all about checking in with your plants, checking in to see how they're doing. We've cut our apple trees back. We cut them back because I don't want them going straight up. I want short trees. I don't want tall trees. Um, because I can't get up there and get fruit out. And so I'm trying to do shape what I want, what I envision. And so I'm probably going to get rid of this middle branch, this one here too. So, because I want these things to grow outward. I don't want them to grow straight up. So we're going to be capping them off and letting them grow outward, grow wide versus straight up in the air. So that's the goal. So we've cut that one back. And we cut down all the herbaceous herb that was growing back there in the asparagus bed, which is right behind these. And let's walk back there. We got two blackberries down here. I think we're going to be, I don't know, I was thinking about moving this one, but maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. But we did cut back this one as well because she's growing nicely. She has a nice spread of her wings. So she doesn't have too many branches that are going straight up in the air. And I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. So we've cut back all of those trees, all of our apple trees. Our pears have delivered. We have one more dwarf pear that is really growing over there. And our dwarf pears are beautiful. I mean, they are absolutely gorgeous. If you've never seen a dwarf pear, that's what it looks like right there. You see it? Can you see it? Right there. Right there. Can you see it? That is a dwarf pear with the hanging purple like leaves. That is a dwarf pear. They are the most beautiful plants. They don't get very tall, but they get very beautiful. And they have lots and lots, not pears, dwarf peach. And they have lots and lots of peaches. The one thing I like about the dwarf peach is that they hide their fruit. So you know how the birds can aerial view, radar in to see what's blooming just by the fruit. They have that kind of eye sensory. And so they will sit there and call their friends. But I have loaded pears. I have two over in my perennial bed. I'll show y'all those that are I'm hoping that will look just like that one, which is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we took up these two beds, everything except for the basil. So we're going to pitchfork these and loosen up the soil a little bit, give it some amendment. We took up the corn here. I dropped down my apples and my pears, probably should have kept it and made another, I might keep this one, actually made another apple. I think this was no, this was a hedge. This was that tree I don't want. I need to put on the fire. This is the one I need to put on the fire because this bad boy just grows up. I don't think this was the peach. Yeah, this is the one that grows up. This one was horrible because I just took off branches. This is a hedge, so we're gonna put him on the fire pit. But these little stems that I cut, there's some stems that I cut that are actually stems of the pear and stems of the apple that I should keep and get some rooting and see if I can, have some more trees. So I laid them all here. We're going to take care of those today. Only thing left in this bed is some basil on four corners, a couple of peppers, and some okra that's still growing right here. But we're going to work on these two areas today, get them up to par for planting, fertilize the bed over here where the tomatoes are, see how we can get them to growing better before the season is over, pull out these bags and this clean up this area right here so that we can begin to plant. I wanted flowers around here, but what I'm going to do is just go ahead and plant at the base of this tree. I'm just going to put some herbs in here so that way we can get rid of, even if it's just, what's that, mint. You can put mint down, it will grow, it keeps bugs away, it keeps pests away. So wherever you want to keep pests away, just grow you some herbs down there, y'all. That is what I am doing in this bed. So again, we had a nice fire yesterday, got rid of a lot of things. I'm grateful for my fire pit that my daughter built, as a matter of fact. So I built around it. It was good building around it because I have this cloth on the ground. It didn't affect the cloth. It only affects the cloth if some fire jumps up out of there. So you have to I think I am going to build it up a little bit more, put some more bricks up on it, build it up a little bit more so that the fire pit will actually be taller. I think that would be a good idea. See how we can just keep building upward, right? So it doesn't have to be so low. The thing about firewood, the thing about the fire pit is you can also use ashes, the ashes from the fire as fertilizer. I don't know how many of you know that, but you can. Okay, so here's another bed that's growing up. We're going to top all of this basil off. At some point, these are still growing, but at some point, these things are, they just keep growing. They're taller than the trees now. So if you haven't seen how tall they get, this is a wall of tomatoes right here. I had to string them up because they were leaning over and out into the walkway. And so I just took a piece of netting. I have a lot of resources on the property, so I kept everything that I think I could use. And so I took this and I put it used it against the fence, and made a wall of tomatoes so that I could easily get to them, and they could continue to grow because they have so much fruit on them. So this is an idea as well to always utilize your resources. If you have old tents that you can put around a deck, this is just a deck. This is literally a deck that I built in the center of the garden. So this deck faces all 4 points of the garden, right? All 4 points of the garden it faces, and so it's in the center of everything. But I don't just do this in here. I also did this in my everywhere. So over here is a deck. Like eventually I'll tell you about it. We're still, like I said, we're going to top these off. The bees are still real busy over here. We put down the lavender over here. We put down lavender here at the base of this apple tree. This is the asparagus bed, y'all, that had all of that huge herbaceous stuff growing out of it. I don't even know how to get it in and get that root out. It is so big. I don't even know where it came from. But yeah, these are doing well as well. But this is another bed. But look at, this is what I'm disappointed with. My tree did bad, so I'm gonna have to cut her back. I thought we were going to be able to take her in for Christmas, but I think she drowned. I think she drowned. I think that she doesn't have holes in it because I put her. I think she drowned. Yeah, she doesn't have holes in the bottom, and if you get too much water, I think she just died. So this is another Hugel Couture bed on each side. I have Hugel Couture bed methods that I've used to build these boxes. And this is another sitting area. So when you think about your design, think about places where you can sit, because sitting here is 30 degrees different than sitting out here because it's high sun. Or in a scorching day, this is 30 degrees cooler because we're back here underneath all of these trees. So you want to also be thinking about where you're putting things, because it really does help to know the plan, know the layout, know the microclimates, know all of these things so that when you get ready to put things down, you can put them down in places where you can leave them. This is a rock garden right here. It used to get on my absolute last nerves. It doesn't anymore. I put some cloth down over it, put some rocks down over the cloth, and just the only thing that grows here is these rose bushes. No weeds, no weeds anywhere, because I blocked it all off because I don't want to be fighting weeds. And so this is a rose rock bed, but it's also a sitting area. But right now it's holding my solar panels, some solar panels for me. Um, but I also have to think about that, like where can I put my panels, like this is a great sunny area. First thing in the morning, this is where the sun rises. So I know that for sure. This is the sunniest area right here in the garden in the morning. So, and it gets good morning sun because it takes a lot of time for that sun to rise up to the point where it is, and it begins its rotation around south, east, north, and west. So this is a great place to put my panels. So I'm thinking about, putting up this panel maybe right here in front of the roses or off to the side of the roses. Just not sure just yet. Um, but this is definitely an area, and they could stay here. They really could stay here, because I don't really sit back here. So it could literally be just for the panels. Just thinking about that, thinking it through. So this is why I haven't done much with this, but I did build it up back here because why? I don't want to fight the weeds. I wanted a permaculture. That is what I wanted. I did not want grass. I did not want to mow. I did not want to do any of those things. And so I put things down to keep stuff back. I don't want to grow grass for what? I cannot eat the grass. So, so I don't. So this is the rock garden that I'm standing in. We got melons growing down here and watermelons over there. Um, there's sugar babies this year. I did not grow the big ones. Last year I grew great big watermelons. This year I grew all sugar babies. And so we're going to be also probably planting a tree here. Again, I want to have a place in my garden. I want there to be place for things to live. I don't want to fight with the heat, the intensity of the heat. You know, I think that everything needs a little bit of shade, because it will get some sun at some point because of the way the garden is made. That it will, or the center of the garden will get sun as it rotates because the center of the garden is completely exposed to the air, completely exposed, but we have trees all around us. So the sun peeks through. It peeks through at some area. That's another area where it will peek through. This is the main area where it peeks through. And then at night, it comes over the house. So there's 3 points at which sun can come into this space, right? So, yeah, you have to think about those things when you are designing where your trees are, where your sun comes in, what's your microclimate. This pepper bed took so long to come. I am willing to bet you that it's going to be right at December. I mean, right at the frost trying to get peppers on it. So we'll see. But they're coming up. I just keep them. Yeah, I'm just having hope. Just having hope for them. We have another bed over here. This is cucumbers. I put in a couple pools. I said I wanted some more cucumbers. And we are now getting more cucumbers. So excited about that. They are growing. We took a couple tomatoes off. I mean, a couple of cucumbers. I'm sorry, a couple of cucumbers off already. I'm seeing more growing, so I'm super excited. I think I'm gonna tie these together to give them more support. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I put I put so I took out a couple of the uh, squash plants that were growing, and they were growing so shallow. They were growing in the green stalk, and they weren't really growing. So I put it back here, and I'm gonna watch it grow. Put one back here. I put it back here with a marigold, and I did the same over here. Put it over here with a marigold, to see, and if it, and just gonna see, let it grow over here. This is the future home of my bee apiary. So we have her all set to go for the, as we prepare for the for to install not bees, but to go ahead and get our boxes set up. They're gonna flight pattern right out of this yard, right out of this yard, this way, to keep us from having a tough time in the garden. But even if they wanted to come up in the garden in their flight path back home, they have a nice place to come. So that is the goal that we have for the garden. Um, but the work that we did was amazing yesterday. This tree is going to be beautiful. I'm so glad that I went ahead. I just chopped it off. You know, you can't be afraid to prune things because the more you prune, the more they grow. And that is a fact. This, again, is the perennial bed that I was working on yesterday. Now I can see the asparagus ferns are coming up. I don't see any asparagus in here, but I see the ferns. So I made some room for them to come on in here and see if we can get some asparagus because this is a second year for them. But who knows what may have happened because I don't know what kind of herb that was. But it got in the way and it grew some pretty deep, big old ferns. I don't know what that meant, but we're going to continue to let these asparagus ferns grow back here. So this is our asparagus bed. We're going to leave it alone and watch it grow. And in the meantime, we'll put some other growing things in front of it or in back of it to utilize the space more effectively. This is, now this, I may put a aluminum bed around because it is a bookshelf with a load of wood, a load of, I'm sorry, soil in it. I made a raised bed out of a bookshelf. And it grew nicely. It's got melons coming out, cayenne pepper, gave and gave and gave. It's still giving. I put so many peppers in here and it still has so many blooms. So many blooms. Cayenne. I grew a lot of cayenne this year because we need to have cayenne. Cayenne is great blood detoxifier and you should have it in your garden. So I haven't cut back my peaches yet. I will be cutting them back, but they grew very nicely as well. Again, this we talked about this bed over here. So another thing, again, we cutting back the basil today on this side, cutting back the basil over here. Um, I think I don't know about this bed. These okra are finally starting to grow. I think there's just too many of them together. As I can see, there's two. Look like there's two. I should have taken one out and filtered them, or slimmed them down, like it's two in a spot. These peppers are taking their time to grow. I don't know really why they were giving so many fruit. They gave me so many, 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 many. When I say many, they gave me a lot of peppers already this year. They are the poblano peppers. And I guess I just need to get down in there, rake back that soil, and put some good old amendments in there. But she's doing good. We did take back the Another thing that we did yesterday was we hauled those tomatoes from the other side that were doing poorly, and now they're coming back. We put them over here to get some morning sun and some filtered sun too, because as you can see, I'm grateful for one thing that I noticed, and that is that these mulberries are going to give some shade for me as well. They're going to give some shade to the backside of our home, and so they are dwarf, but dwarf can get up to 10 feet tall. So they will get as tall as probably maybe 11 feet as tall as the roof up to the gutter maybe. The birds will have a good time with that, with those mulberries. Maybe they'll leave my other berries alone. So we brought these closer in so we could pay more attention to them, give them more water, just watch them grow because they were really not doing well in their place where they were. So hopefully we'll see some better results. I'm sorry, that was my daughter. Anyway, just wanted to show you all what we were doing in the garden. And oh, some blooms are coming in. I wanted to show y'all this. The azaleas are finally coming in. And look at here. Look at these peaches, y'all. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, hold on just a minute. I'm on a live. Hold on. Let me call you right back. Let me call you right back. I'll call you right back. Anyway, as you can see down in here, I told you this method of planting blue. You see this? This is a blackberry down in here. But look at this pepper. I plant this. You see that pepper? I love it. I love this style of planting because it really fills in. It fills in the garden beautifully. Yeah, so this is the garden, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this morning's tour and the work and the update and the work that we've done. We're going to be doing a little bit more. And as we do work, we will come and we will share and show you what's happening and what we've done and why we did it. I think that's important. Look at this look at this flower bed. It's finally got so many flowers. It took a long time, but it's here. It's really doing well. So I hope that you all enjoyed today's video. If you have questions, please do drop your questions and comments in the bottom, and we'll get to them. And I hope that you are get started on you a garden this year because we need to be able to support our families in a different way. So anyway, that's all I have for today. My face is shining, the sweat is going. Have the most amazing day in whatever you do. Don't let anyone get in the way on your journey to doing what God has called you to do in this season. All right now? All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye for now.